And we're back. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, my hair's crazy. Yeah, we'll be getting into some Boltgun very, very shortly. I'm just gonna finish eating my crisps. I made myself a sandwich for the Abra. I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be interesting, considering I've never actually, even though I saw this when it was announced and released, and I was like, this looks really cool. I just never got around to actually playing it. And then Lemming actually got me it as a, I think, Christmas gift. So, and then when he was saying like, oh, we're gonna do like a collab ball for the tombola, this was the idea. So it all fell really nicely, and I've been meaning to get around to this for so long. So it is a great opportunity. I'm gonna call you in a moment, Lemming. I want to eat my crisp first. I was very hungry. Just enjoy the music. No boggy or a biggie. Either way is fine. Salt and vinegar. It's my favorite flavor. I just like the acidic vibe of it. I might actually get the game booted up while I'm doing this. Ah. I'm gonna buy some and think of you when my mouth burns. That's the idea. Yeah, vinegar can sandblast your mouth to death. Absolutely. I love that feeling. Okay. Fantastic stuff, everybody. Right. Boltgun! I require a lemming.
Brothers,
Hey!
we are members of the Emperor's Adeptus Astartes. We are the Imperium Space Marines. We fight the enemies of our empire, not for glory, not for honor or good, but because that is what the Emperor demands of us.
So good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going? I need to get these screen
I've totally
shared.
been writing that in my head for the last half hour.
Absolutely. That was perfect. I'm just going to pop that on like that. All right.
Excellent, there it is.
It might make my webcam go a little funky every now and then, but it just does that sometimes. I'm not going to worry about it.
Stream on one screen, I've got your game on the other, and I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great.
You built a cat.
I did. I built a cat.
Yes.
For anyone who missed it.
I'll drag it over.
I built a cat.
Kitty cat.
People
Brilliant,
that was the game doing the voice.
Nope, that was me.
Right, so Boltgun. How much have you
Yes.
played of this?
First chapter. There are 3 chapters from what I see.
Okay.
And then there's even a horde mode and an extra DLC chapter. But I've only played the first chapter. I meant to do more. But the basic, it doesn't really tell you any story because, you know, boomer shooter. It just throws you in. But you play as Malam Kaido.
Nice.
A Sturmguard veteran of the Ultramarines First Company. So basically, you are the veteran of veterans. You are the top tier of Space Marines.
I see.
And this is actually the same planet as the original Space Marine game.
All right. Okay.
It's just a few years later, all the Wachi Hujits of Chaos have kind of resurfaced, and a new Chaos infestation has opened on the planet. And it's up to you to single-handedly destroy all of it.
I think I can give it a go. All right. So we've got low, medium, hard, and exterminatus.
Yep, exterminatus is the ancient art of, oh, this planet's too far gone, destroy all of it.
Part of me thinks like I could probably go with hard because I'm a boom shoot veteran. I'm a boom shoot veteran. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it going hard. And if it's too difficult, we'll just deal with it.
We can drop it down.
It should be fine.
Yeah, this is basic boomer shooter fare. You've got your guns.
Ooh.
Once touched by the hand of chaos remains untainted. You are under the dominion of the Ordo Malleus to assist my investigations into a world that has already felt that fell's influence.
An Inquisitor.
Gaia has been under the close watch of the Inquisition since the Grim Skull War. The Forge world remains largely secure, but we have picked up concerning energy readings in the surrounding system. I have my suspicions, although we have not had sufficient time to pinpoint the origin of these foul energies. While most of the planet remains unaffected, it is my belief that rogue elements within the Adeptus Mechanicus may have been experimenting with a surviving fragment of Inquisitor Drogon's power source. Your mission is to assist me in locating a fragment of the power source.
All right.
While I consider this threat extremely serious, your superiors have seen fit to second only a handful of you to my supervision. In the absence of a larger force, we should pray to the Emperor that this does not develop into a more dire situation. This servo skull will guide you. In Commodus here is one of the few sanctified and preserved from the purging of Drogon's heretical archives.
Skull friend.
Together, you will search sites where communication has become sporadic. Should you encounter any opposition, you may assume they have been tainted by the ruinous powers. Suffer not the heretic to live. While I continue my investigations above the ground, you will be deployed to a habitation zone we lost contact with several cycles ago. You should assume the situation to be extremely hostile.
Oh no.
Beware. We do not know how far the taint of the arch-enemy spreads.
Yeah, I do love the visual style.
Oh yeah. It works really well with the boomer shooter like palette.
Really nice pixel art.
That landed badly.
Yeah, not the ideal landing.
You're the only survivor.
Okay.
Drop pods generally have 5 members.
Okay.
There are now 1.
The deployment to Gaia didn't quite go as planned. No matter. Secure armaments, bolster your faith, and continue. Those heretics don't know what's coming for them. Oh my. Okay.
Right, so here you are in the wreckage. You have your little servo skull to follow you around.
Yeah.
Basically, servos, because much like in the world of Dune, computers and thinking machines are a no-no.
Right.
Because, you know, every time they try and make thinking machines, they rise up and try to destroy humanity.
Oh yeah, that old chestnut.
Yeah, so rather than having thinking machines, they lobotomize people and stuff their brains into machines to think instead.
Oh, well.
That's why you have a little servo skull as a floating aid. There's your health pack.
Okay, nice and easy. Oh, hello.
Right, run in and murder them.
Alright, let's go. Oh god. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you are a walking tank.
Yeah.
You don't really need to worry about cover or dodging or anything like that.
I like it, I like it. And give me all these.
Yep.
I'm definitely feeling the vibes already.
Oh yeah, you just massacre your way through dudes.
Mm.
Until you get a gun, and then, in which case you massacre your way through dudes even faster.
Yes. Faster, with more efficiency.
Yeah. Big health packs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like with most boomer shooters, you have like a health pool, and you using normal health packs, you'll go up to a certain amount, and then you need the smaller upgrades to get.
Yeah, the little bonuses that give you extra health. Yeah, that's fair enough. I am familiar.
Yes, exactly. I figured it wouldn't take you long to realize that.
Do I open by a switch? And press E. Okay, nice and easy. Hey guys! They just do not stand a chance.
I mean, you are using what is known as a chain sword.
Yeah.
It is a sword, chainsaw.
Yes.
Extra vicious and armor piercing. It will rip through basically anything.
Yes, flesh very much so.
Indeed, yes. And these are obviously Chaos Cultists because they've got banners hanging around and
Ooh.
all the horrible things. That's a
Haste required.
Let's bring
Oh,
you
okay.
press a button.
Yeah. Oh, hey! You tried it.
He did try. He took a bit off you.
Yeah,
You are on hard difficulty after all.
that's true.
And yes, there are blood splatters on the wall and all the good stuff.
Engage navigation guide. Oh, okay. That's handy.
Yeah. So the key goes in.
Nice and easy.
Voila!
Ooh.
The Boltgun, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the titular bolt gun. Yeah, I like that.
The main weapon of the Adeptus Astartes.
Okay, my ammo's full.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's for looks. Oh, this was brilliant. Just drop down.
Okay. No worries about fall damage
Look,
then.
a dude!
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Very nice.
So yeah, bolt guns fire a 75 caliber projectile. So you know the 50 caliber.
75?
Yeah, it is huge. It is a self-propelled, mass-reactive, explosive, armor-piercing projectile.
Aye, that'll do it.
Yeah, so it's basically a mini rocket that embeds itself in targets and then explodes.
That's so cool.
Also, this little section, you might realize, is a tribute to M1E1.
Oh, so it is. Yeah.
M1.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's a little tribute to E1,
The
E1M1.
hangar, yeah. First level of Doom 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah, the 4 pillars and then the staircase with a little tree up on the side.
On the top.
Just see if there's any secret switches. That's normally where the secret switches would be.
Yeah.
100,
Oh,
200
and,
contempt.
Your armor. Yeah, your armor is contempt.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not armor. You are armored in contempt. You already have your Space Marine armor. Everything else is pure faith.
Yeah.
Your armor is the faith in the Emperor.
That's so cool.
Which is helpful because you're facing chaos. And yet there is a time limit. Oh, there is a timer, there are kills, the secrets, difficulty.
And there was a secret I missed.
Classic boomer shooter stuff. There is a secret somewhere on that level. I haven't found it.
Okay. Grenade types though. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, you have grenades.
Okay.
Yeah, there are skulls and stuff all over the place. Yeah, there is a run button.
Yeah. So like a map?
Yeah, these are Chaos Cultists. This is a Chaos Incursion, which means
Alright.
there will be little demons and things running around at some
Ooh.
point.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, hello. Some contempt.
Yep, more contempt. Contempt fuels your fight against the enemy.
Nothing but contempt for the chaos scum.
Indeed. They were once citizens of the Imperium. Now they are just targets.
Yeah.
You do have to be wary of exploding barrels.
Oh yes. That is a good point. Oh hey guys. Everything's just so chunky.
Yeah, it is not like it is not a delicate fight you're
No.
fighting. Your enemies will be mulched by your gunfire. You are one of the utmost warriors of the Imperium. You have hundreds of years of experience in combat.
Yeah. We love to mulch.
And mulch you shall, my friend. There's so much blood you sometimes have difficulty seeing your target.
Yeah. I need some windscreen wipers.
Your suit probably has some installed.
Yeah.
Like the Space Marines armor isn't just like a big suit of Knights armor, even though that's what it's technically based on.
Mm.
You are the Knights of the 41st millennium, but it's
Yes.
also completely sealed, powered armor. You have a fusion reactor on your back, powering the entire thing, and
dig
it
that.
is you are literally a walking tank. By today's standards, the armor you are wearing is better than any modern combat vehicle.
I love it.
Also, I believe you can kill most enemies by just running through them.
Oh really? I gotta try that.
I know you can do that.
Oh.
No.
Or maybe it's the charge.
You can do that in Space Marine 2. Also, right click is your melee. You can use that with a bandit.
Ah. Okay, I see. You are the combat vehicle. Hell yeah.
Yes, you are the combat vehicle. Which is why Space Marines do not need cover, because you are walking cover.
I need a key.
And the Q button is your grenade.
Okay, cool.
You'll find a number of different grenades, and eventually you will work up to having a lot of different weapons as well. You start off with the Boltgun, which is effective against pretty much everything if you
Yes.
fire enough bolts at it. You will also find things like the shotgun, which is a Boltgun-sized shotgun.
Love that.
Says it all, really. You have a plasma gun. Superheated balls of plasma throwing at opponents with a splash effect. You have
Very
the
nice.
Vengeance Launcher.
Oh hey.
Oop, there's a Chaos Space Marine. Your first and well.
Oh god.
Not last.
I got blown up.
Yeah.
I mean, I blew him up as
First
well.
Oh yeah, yeah. The thing about the Chaos Space Marines is they are literally 10,000 years old.
Oh wow.
So every Chaos Space Marine you kill is a veteran of untold fight.
Got him.
Nice beheading, my friend.
This is delightful.
Oh yeah. But yeah, in Space Marine 2, you can literally kill smaller enemies because you're running through them. Because that you literally weigh like half a ton. You're moving the speed of an athlete.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's just gonna like paste anything you go through, which it does. So yeah, you've got the Chaos Cultists. They've summoned in Chaos Space Marines. There's a whole history behind that. Oh, there's another beheading. Very nice. And it basically started 10,000 years ago. The Imperium Man, led by the Emperor, was doing their reuniting of humanity across the galaxy and bringing us a better future for everyone.
Of course.
The Emperor had his sons, the Primarchs of the Space Marine Legions, and half of them were persuaded by his favorite son Horus to join the forces of Chaos and rebel.
Ah.
That went very badly for everybody involved, to the point where the Emperor is pretty much a corpse on a life support system.
Yes.
Which is why he's stuck on the Golden Throne. And Horus died. Horus is dead, and most of the Primarchs are either dead or missing.
Interesting.
And it's been 10,000 years since then,
Mhm.
and those Chaos Marines, the surviving Chaos Space Marines retreated into the Warp, which is the layer between realities,
Okay.
which is basically where chaos resides. Which is how like in the 41st millennium, humanity has evolved certain ways. Like there are psychers, and they use their psychic abilities by tapping into warp with their brain, and allows them to alter reality in certain ways that they see fit. The only issue with that is when you look into the warp looks back.
I am quickly going to do a bit of leveling with my volume, I think, because
Understandable, yeah.
I'm also trying to listen to you while also blasting with my bolt gun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn you up slightly, just so I make sure you don't get drowned out.
Entirely fair, entirely fair. I'm turning the game down myself so I can hear you. So yeah, so there are psychers. So if you're an unsanctioned psyker in the world of 40k, you have as much likeliness of using your psychic power as you have of your brain becoming a conduit for demons to pass through into the real world.
Oh, fun.
So there are things called sanctioned psychers that are basically the psychers that have been okayed by the Imperium to exist, and they go through a ritual of melding with the Emperor to give them the mental strength to survive the temptations of the war. So that's how they exist. And we need them to exist because that's how interstellar travel works.
Ah.
Because we have navigators, which are psychic navigators that look into the warp to see different points in space and direct the ship in the right direction to reach wherever they need to go.
I think I've got a power up.
Oh yeah, there are the classic, like infinite health, infinite ammo type power ups that last for a certain length of time. The berserker power up, so you can just punch through anything.
Oh, that's my servo skull. No mind. I saw something flying in front of me and I was like, shoot it!
Yeah, you often go, oh shit, just shoot anything that moves.
Yeah. Okay,
it's definitely a thing that happens.
Some nice secrets on this one.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so it's basically a case of if we didn't have psychers, we wouldn't be able to travel from like planet to planet or star system to star system, and the Imperium itself would crumble. Well, unfortunately, there are things like warp storms, and it's not an exact science. So you can go from one system to another, and sometimes you get there in the time you expect. Sometimes you've been in the warp for 100 years and only aged 3 days.
Sometimes it'd be that way.
You go back in time.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's insane. But have you ever seen the movie the Event Horizon?
I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's basically the same concept. You tear a hole in reality and go through it. You fold space to travel from one place to another instantaneously. Unfortunately, the fold takes you through hell.
That's not ideal.
No, and that's the warp. Warp is literally the manifestation of all emotions in the universe. Give you a moment to get your head around that. So yeah, there are demons that manifest there through people's emotions, and the higher emotions have greater demons and the chaos gods involved. There are a number of chaos gods, notably in this case, Grandfather Nurgle.
Yes, I've heard of Nurgle.
Yeah, he is the chaos god that represents decay. So basically, everything that is alive will eventually decay and die. Grandfather Nurgle represents that. He is known as Grandfather Nurgle because he is very jolly and happy.
Yeah.
And even though his followers generally end up like bulbous and racked with disease, they're all usually quite happy because that disease allows them to live longer. They're virtually immortal. They are tougher than your general humans. They can withstand so much extra pain. And that's Nurgle. You've also got the normal, the average human response to most things of unbridled rage.
Absolutely.
That's Khorne.
Ah, okay.
Khorne is the representative of all just bloodshed.
Yeah,
bloodshed.
I've heard that name
anger.
as well.
Yes. Blood for the Boltgun, as it were.
A plague
Oh,
toad.
yep, there's your first little demonic entity right there. It's a Nurgle plague toad. And as you can
Ooh.
probably tell, he could take a few hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are your first, like, slightly more difficult to deal with enemy. I don't think that last one even died.
Did it not? I'm fairly certain I got it.
Oh no, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
There's the squishy bits.
Yeah.
I liberated its insides.
Jolly good. Jolly good. And that's 2 of the Chaos Gods. Who you are currently facing. Well, you're not facing directly. You would never face the Chaos Gods directly.
Yeah.
But you are currently facing their representatives. So you've got Nurgle, you've got Thorn, you've also got Zinch, the Changer of Ways, the Plotter of Plots,
I see.
the one who basically everything goes as planned for Zinch.
Okay.
And so if anything doesn't seem to be going as planned, it's because he's dicking with everyone. He will make the most obscene plans you can think of, and then mess with his own allies just because it's funny.
Okay. I mean, I respect that.
Yeah, and then eventually you have the youngest of the Chaos Gods, that is Slaanesh, the god / goddess of excess.
Ah.
They're generally regarded as the Chaos God of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Nice.
Yeah, they are the representative of just like excess. Any sort of excessive feeling, anything that you want to, any sort of sensation you want to feel in excess if you follow this god. To the point where the first followers of Slaanesh in the Chaos Space Marines were the Emperor's children.
Ah, okay.
Which is ironic. The Emperor's children, the Space Marine Legion that got allowed to name itself after the Emperor, was the one that turned to chaos. And they wanted perfection. They wanted everything to be perfect. And so in their pursuit of perfection, they fell to Slaanesh. And 10,000 years later, they're insane zealots who want to feel anything.
Oh, wow.
Because they're so used to extreme feelings
Yeah.
that they don't feel anything anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so like their iconic look, their iconic unit is Space Marines with like strung together sound musical instruments basically that bombard their enemies with obscene levels of noise.
Oh. That's an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, and they like feed that noise back into their own helmets so that they can try and feel something at the same time. They're on a constant quest just for more excess.
That's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah,
they've been so driven by like, I guess like hedonism that they're just like they're pushing themselves to further and further extremes to feel something.
Yeah, it's just like it's a desperation. They don't feel anything anymore. They don't feel happiness. You know, like being with their brothers anymore doesn't like bring them any sort of camaraderie anymore. They just need to feel anything, and that drives them to massive excesses.
just Shadow's coming. Oh look, it's Birmingham. It's
Very much so, yes.
It's looking quite well actually.
Yeah.
They've clearly done up the place a bit.
Yeah, there's only a few buildings falling over. The rest looks intact.
I need a key.
Yeah, that's your rundown on the Chaos God.
Love it.
The only thing is, they both have like, because they're basically forces of nature. They have their good sides as well as their bad sides. So their bad sides are, they are chaos. They will destroy anything that gets in their way. They're constantly vying amongst themselves for domination. There's a pinky. That's a demon. So called because it's pink.
That's funny because in Doom you have pinkies as well.
Yeah, and pinkies when you kill a pinky, it actually splits into 2 blues.
Yeah, curious.
Yeah.
Do you...
I can't remember what they're called exactly, but they're like shriekers and screamers.
I like that.
Oh yeah, that's a face.
Yeah. Did you ever?
That's part of the warp creeping through.
Have you ever had like a 40k army, or even like a?
Yes, I have had a number of them.
Nice.
My first 40k army was the Iron Warriors, which are a Chaos
Oh.
Space Marine Legion. They don't follow a single god, but they're just angry at everyone because during the Horus Heresy, they were the legion that basically carried the entire rebellion.
Ah, okay.
Like they were the siege masters, they were the workhorses. They got all the dirty jobs and given no thanks for it. So that made them very bitter.
Understandable.
So after the Horus was lost, they basically went, all right, fuck y'all, and left. And left all the other Chaos factions to sort themselves out. Basically meaning a lot of the Chaos factions got wiped out as a result. Just out of spite. And they're the siege masters of Chaos Undivided. They don't follow a single Chaos god. They follow either all of them or none of them.
Okay.
Unlike, for example, the World Eaters. Can you guess what a legion named the World Eaters would That's the shotgun.
Yeah.
What god would the World Eaters follow, do you think?
That sounds kind of like it would be Korn, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
They are the Cornate Legion. Formerly the Warhounds. They were renamed the World Eaters after their Primarch Angron was found.
Ah.
And they are just very, very angry boys.
Nice. Also, hello, Zenter. How are you doing?
Heyo.
I predict that Cat might turn up at some point and go, "You didn't tell me you were doing something 40k related."
Yeah, well, I am the primo 40k guy, and I made this happen.
So I
Yeah,
very briefly had like a very small army when I was younger. I don't know if I still have it anywhere, but I had some Tau.
Oh, Tau!
Yeah.
The army that at that point I was playing the Imperial Guard most of the time. Once I had lots of tanks and infantry, and it was great. And even though my Imperial Guard army is a gunline army, you have units that move around, but you're mostly just shooting at your opponent. My main tactic against Tau was charge.
Yeah.
Because you guys are rubbish in close combat.
Yeah, Tau are all about like sniping you basically.
I mean, when your standard infantry has a weapon that kills my troops on a 2 and ignores my armor, like, yeah, that's not good for me. I'll stick to cover and then charge you when I can.
Yeah, I believe I had some fire warriors. I had like
Yep.
a couple of priests, and I think I had like one of the sort of bigger mech ones. I can't remember what that's called.
Oh, the battle suits.
Yes, and then there was also I also had a hammerhead.
Oh, the hammerhead gunship was obscene.
Yeah, that was a cool. That was a cool one.
It's a strength 10 AP 1 weapon with massive range.
Yeah. I was always a fan of the Tau.
You had some difficulty getting through like 14 armor, but not much. But you were also kind of made of glass.
Yes. Did you ever play the Fire Warrior game?
Yes, I actually still own it.
I haven't tried it before. It's like I always wanted to play it because I like the Fire Warriors.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's a good game. I enjoyed it on PlayStation 2 when it first came out. I even read the book, which is a bit mad towards the end. Because you're a lone fire warrior fighting what starts as the forces of the Imperium and then quickly changes to the forces of chaos.
Ah.
And you're just a single fire warrior, a grunt, on his first combat deployment.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and in the book it ends understandably, which I won't spoil if you're going to play that anytime soon. But yeah, no Tau in this game, unfortunately. Or fortunately, Tau doesn't have to deal with any of this shit.
Yeah.
Also, one fun detail about this game. Look on the bottom right of the screen.
Yeah?
The weapons have their strength rating.
Oh, is that... Oh, I see, yeah. That's interesting. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so the Boltgun is strength 5,
Yeah.
the shotgun is strength 3. And it is accurate. It takes longer to kill things with the shotgun. So you might want to save the shotgun for like groups of weaker enemies.
I understand.
And then the Boltgun for things like that. The flamers. Demons that literally throw demonic flame at you.
Oh.
Yeah,
God.
the pink
Ooh.
horrors and blue horrors, I think they're called.
I love the feel of this.
Yeah, you're just like a literal tank.
Yeah.
Running around.
But just the boom shootiness of it as well is just absolutely spot on. Everything.
Put a lot of effort into this.
Everything
There's
just
apparently
meaty.
some difficulty with the console ports with putting this on controller.
Oh, okay.
But for mouse and keyboard, I've had 0 issues with this game.
Yeah.
And eventually you've got the shotgun, you'll get the plasma gun, you'll get the vengeance launcher. It's basically just like a sticky grenade launcher that detonates shortly after firing. To quote the first game it was from, which was 40k Space Marine, the first one, a vengeance launcher. That sounds promising.
I played a bit of
great.
the first Space Marine game. I remember enjoying that quite a bit.
Oh yeah. You were fighting orcs and then chaos in that one.
Yes.
It generally ends up with like, you're fighting one of the normal enemies and then chaos turns up. And yes, you can headshot. Oh, you can do that.
Do a little scream. We're like, ah! That is, I mean, that's accurate, really, isn't it?
Oh, that and the fact that you're a Space Marine. First, I told you about your armor, but I didn't tell you anything about you yourself. You are not a normal person. You are a 8-foot tall, 6.5 to 7 foot tall, walking demigod with 2 hearts, 3 lungs, a stomach that can digest anything. You can eat the brains of your opponents and learn their memories.
Oh, wow.
You are transcendent beyond human. They are within the law. They are known as transhuman.
Ah, yeah.
They are no longer human. They are beyond human. They have had their libido genetically, basically removed. It's still there, but it's like 0.1% of a human libido.
Yeah.
Which means they don't. They're warrior monks.
There's no distraction.
Yeah, there's no distraction. There is only war and combat.
Yeah.
And if you were to be a Space Marine and be mortally wounded, you don't get retired.
Pal, you redeemed a Kako Cam, so I'll give you a little Kako as we
Heyo,
pause.
Kako Cam.
I love that I have a very clear indication of that now because I have it where it plays a sound when you redeem the Kako Cam.
Nice.
And it shows a little Kako sprite on the screen.
Nice.
I made that and mixed it up recently because I was I've been playing with that a little bit more. It's a fun little streaming like bot platform, kind of like Streamlabs or Stream Elements, but it's a bit more modular. So you can kind of build your own like notifications and stuff. Ooh, excuse me.
I should probably do something similar sometime. My notifications are basic.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of like a bit of doing, but like once you get your head around it, it's pretty cool.
If you get mortally wounded, you don't get retired or you're not put down or anything. They take you, put you in what is basically a life support sarcophagus, and then make you into a dreadnought.
Oh, okay.
That becoming a dreadnought in 40k is like one of the biggest honors. It also means you need to be a hero and then be mortally wounded for you to even think about becoming one.
Well, I guess
and then
there's,
you become a literal walking tank.
there's no shortage of mortal wounds in this universe.
No. I mean, to be fair, a lot of weapons other than say like normal machine guns and the like, most weapons in the 40k universe are so hyper advanced they will basically one-shot you.
Yeah.
Even the Imperium's basic, guardsman weapon, the last gun, by modern standards, by modern standards, we have assault rifles, we have guns, but the last rifle is so far ahead of that because it's a laser weapon that will mulch normal, it'll pierce through normal modern body armor, it'll munch any flesh it comes across, and you can charge it by throwing it into ooh, that's a Terminator.
It was a Terminator.
Yeah. It dead now.
Yeah. Got him.
Yep. Terminators are like the Terminator armor is bulkier than normal Space Marine armor, but the lore of it is it was designed to operate within plasma blast furnaces.
Ah.
Yeah, you can wear it inside of the heart of a ship's plasma core.
Yeah.
And be perfectly safe.
Did that guy get destroyed so hard that he didn't even make his little ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That can happen. Oh yeah, Shadow just said the Dreadnought in Space Marine 2 was so cool. It's also the fact that when they're not in combat, because they're basically on life support, when they're not actively in combat, they're basically shut down and put into cryogenic storage. So you'll have Dreadnoughts who are hundreds of years old, thousands of years old, but they're only awoken when the chapter really needs their knowledge and their skills.
Yeah.
So they'll be woken up once a century or something to teach new chapter members their knowledge. And then when there's a really big fight, they'll be brought into the really big fight.
So Dreadnoughts are basically the equivalent of stop praying for my grandpa, he's become too powerful.
Yeah.
The hospital cannot contain him.
My grandpa was put into a hospital bed. That hospital bed grew armored legs and a minigun for one arm and a power fist for the other. And now he's just wrecking the enemies of the Imperium.
Love that.
While spouting ancient knowledge to us. It's quite glorious, really.
I like it.
But yeah, the lore of 40k, as you can probably tell, 40k is where the term grimdark comes from.
Yes.
The old phrase being, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Nice little horde to shoot through there.
Oh.
Nicely done.
I'm definitely feeling the combat in this, though.
Oh yeah, you are chewing through enemies. Nice. Doing very well.
I mean...
Yeah, to live in 40k is to live as a man amongst billions of others, amongst millions of habitable planets, and every single individual means nothing.
Yeah.
As a person, you mean nothing to the grand scheme of anything. There are billions, there are thousands of you thrown away every day on a whim to maybe win a battle somewhere. Those guys are a little tougher than this.
Yeah. Ow.
Oh, that one hurt. Look, that guy has a plasma gun.
Oh god, there's a lot of them. Ooh. Reload this real quick.
That's the one made downside of shotgun. That is one real aspect of realism in this game in comparison to most other boom shooters. You actually have to worry about your magazine size.
Oh, you're here.
Yep, not a shotgun.
Ooh.
That is not a target for a shotgun right there.
Okay, I'm having to move around quite a bit here. This arena is definitely a bit more challenging.
Yep, this is how the game will progress.
I did put it on hard, so... But I'm ready for it.
These Terminators, to wear Terminator armor, you basically need to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a first company veteran, but the reason you don't have Terminator armor is because the Ultramarines lost most of theirs during a war against the Tyranids.
Oh.
Their entire first company sacrificed themselves to win the war against the Tyranids on the Battle of the Crash, which happens to be the Ultramarines' homeworld. So they gave it all, but lost a load of their Terminator armor. So their first company is like artificer armor. It's normal, well-made power armor instead of your bulky and very effective Terminator armor.
Mm-hmm.
But those guys have Terminator armor, and you notice that the gun on their arm tends to be quite big. That's because that's a twin-linked autocannon. That's a big weapon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Finished him off.
Now it's done.
Oh, I totally missed
Oh
that.
yeah, and as Shadow said in the chat, 1,000 psychers are sacrificed every day just to keep the Emperor alive.
Ah.
Because that's what it takes to fuel the Golden Throne. That's the plasma gun.
Could have grabbed that earlier. Oh well.
Gotta. It's be careful where you fire it though.
Mm-hmm.
It does have an area of effect blast, so if you fire it point blank,
noted.
it might hurt.
I get you.
At least in this game, they haven't actually put into effect the overheat mechanic.
I understand.
Because plasma weaponry is quite prone to problems, where if you fire it too much, it will overheat and explode in your face.
Ah. All right. Well, let's give this
You
a
don't
go.
want that.
Okay. Actually, he's jumping at me. I'll probably just do that instead.
Yeah, that's a little nurgling.
I don't like him.
No, they're not very likable. They spit bullets at you, and you know they're generally just little tricky little bastards. But yeah, as Shadow said in the chat, 1,000 psychers every day to preserve the Emperor's life. Psychers make about 1.1% of the human race, so there's not that many of them.
Oh, okay.
And the Golden Throne, the Emperor's life support system, needs 1,000 of them every day. And one thing that was shown in the 5th edition rulebook,
yes.
we're far beyond that now. I'm completely out of date when it comes to the rules.
Oh.
But, the 5th edition rulebook basically said the Golden Throne is slowly breaking down and nobody knows how to fix it.
Oh no.
And the Emperor is also powering the Astronomicon, which is a massive psychic beacon telling everybody where Earth is. So that's the center of our navigation.
Yeah.
Like all interstellar navigation is the case of where do we need to be in comparison to where Earth is. Earth is over there, so we go that way.
Oi.
Simple as that, really.
Follow the putrescent scent of heresy.
Yes. Oh, oh shit! I forgot. There's one button. I forgot. Press T.
None can stand against the might of the Imperium.
Yes.
There is a taunt button.
I love that. That's really
I meant to
good.
mention that earlier, but yeah, there is a taunt button. You will shout taunts at your enemies. Which I think is also a very nice addition to the game.
Mm-hmm.
More shotgun ammo in case you needed it. You can tell that the air is getting musty now.
Yeah, it is. Oh god.
Just getting even more acquainted with Grandfather Nurgle.
Yeah. Grandpappy's stinky basement.
Yeah. And it's also the fact that Chaos gets a lot of its power through belief. So the more people that know Chaos exists, makes Chaos even stronger. So one of the ways of stopping them is just, oh, you know about Chaos? Death.
Death.
If you know Chaos exists and aren't like sanctioned to know that Chaos exists, you will be put to death.
Wow.
So entire Imperial Guard regiments have fought against Chaos,
Yeah.
won, and then been all just like summarily executed.
That's messed up.
It really is. It's just 40k. There are no good guys.
Yeah.
We see the Imperium as the good guys because we're humans, and you know they're fighting for survival. But their methods are incredibly cruel. Like that, plasma.
Yeah. There wasn't much left of him.
No. But yeah, it's like in the majority of the population is in hive cities, which are literally just like giant cities that take up half a planet. So there are planets that are just hive worlds, and they're just there for population. And living in one is horrific.
Oh god.
You know, you toll every day at one factory or another. You do what you have to do, and most of the time you will be fed a substance known as corpse starch.
Oh god, I'm in pain.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Oh Christ.
There's a lot of those toads around.
Yeah, they're nasty.
When they start like getting more of them, that's when the game gets a little itchy.
Okay, I'm in trouble. Oh!
Your first death.
Lord, last save. Where was
Oh,
my last save? Oh, when I got that. That's good.
Oh, it bears noting, lesser plague toad.
Yes, I did notice that.
There are bigger plague toads. Oh yeah, that also one of the models for the Nurglings. There are multiple Nurgling models in the game. One of them is literally the sassy Nurgling model that got made a while ago.
That's funny.
Like, it's got a little Space Marine helmet on.
Ah, okay.
You'll spot it. But in the model, he's basically there as an addition to a Chaos Space Marine. And he stands behind them just like, yeah, you're not as good as me, yeah. So everyone calls him the sassy Nurgling.
I like it.
He's a fan favorite. There's even a plushie of him now.
Of course there is.
Yep, there's a plushie of the sassy
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, corpse starch, which is what the majority of the Imperium in Hive Worlds survive on, is exactly what it sounds like. Everybody who dies in a Hive World of old age or whatever gets processed into an edible substance.
Oh. Soylent
And
Green.
that's corpse starch. Yeah, Soylent Green.
Okay.
Now this is the part of the game where I start getting lost because it literally looks like an area you've already been in.
I'm sure it is. Well, I think you have to go through it a different way. Oh god.
Yeah.
See if there's any health about.
There's ammo.
Now, plenty of that. Little tiny health pickups.
Oh, there's a sassy Nurgling.
Oh yeah, I see him. That's a lot of ammo. Again.
Not as much health.
No.
Or contempt.
Bunch
Praise the
here.
Omnisire! Which brings me on to another thing. Faith within the faith within the Imperium. Everyone believes in the Emperor. Belief in all other gods is banned.
Of course.
Except one. There is one sanctioned deity within the Imperium of Man,
Oh.
known as the Omnisire.
Ah, okay.
That is the machine god. The god believed in by the cult of the Mechanical, or the Adeptus Mechanicus. Basically, they are the part of humanity that builds literally everything.
I understand.
All of our technology, our vehicles, our cities, everything is built in factories by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Which is why the Emperor convinced them that an aspect of him is also the Omnisire. The Emperor is the Omnisire. They came to this agreement 10,000 years ago during the Great Crusade as a way of cooperating with each other while also getting rid of, belief in other gods. The Emperor is the Omnisire, the machine god. So they get around not believing in gods by saying, yes, we believe in the Omnisire, he is the Emperor. But they've got their own cult, their own belief system in it. And it gets very complicated. But the Adeptus Mechanicus are basically a case of, my flesh is weak. I want to replace it as soon as possible.
Yes. I get
Which
that.
is why you'll routinely see Adeptus Mechanicus, just basic level Adeptus Mechanicus workers with like replacement arms, or their eyes have been replaced with things.
Yeah.
Or, to the point where certain higher members of the Mechanicum are a brain in a mechanical thing.
That's fun.
Like they're barely recognizable as human anymore. And of course, Shadow is Shadow supports the Mechanicum. Understandable, but they have done some horrible things to normal people.
Hey, it is the 40k universe. It'd be
Yeah,
unusual if
that's
someone hadn't.
I mean, like I said earlier, that you've got the servo skull following you around, directing you where you need to go. They also, hi, Sassy Nurgling. Bye, Sassy Nurgling. You've also got punishments. There are various punishments for breaking the law within the Imperium. One of which is being turned over to the Mechanicum and turned into a servitor.
Ah.
A servitor is basically somebody who's been lobotomized. Most of their extremities, so your arms, your legs, are replaced with something making them better suited for a job, and then they do that job until their body gives out.
I see.
They have little to no semblance of their original personality. They are literally just an automaton made of a human body. Which is awful.
Yeah.
And that can be a punishment for, like, you shoplifted.
Oh god.
Yeah, you stole food for your family. You're going to be a servitor now. Bye. We're just going to lobotomize you for the good of the Imperium. Which, it kind of makes it understandable why people would actually fall to chaos when the living conditions of this.
That's a big one.
That's a full plague toad.
Okay.
I think in this sort of arena, when you've got lots of littler enemies, they will just keep respawning while the big enemy's alive. Nicely done.
Shotgun to the face.
Works against most things. So it should.
Yes.
Phoenix, Shadow says, I might be a tech priest for our rogue trader run. Either that or Sanction Saga, depending on what you choose. Yeah, we'll get a tech priest, I'm sure. Sanction Saga is also a bit.
Oh my god, that hurt.
Oh yeah. You're down to less than 20 health.
Yep.
I'm assuming you've basically got your pinky finger stuck on the shift key for just running everything.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. But you're a space marine. There's no stamina meter.
Yeah. Okay. Oh god, I have 3 health. I think I only just survived that, but might still be some guys around.
Yeah.
Like,
there'll
for example.
still be some guys. Yep, there we go.
Whew.
It is a bit of a challenge on high difficulty, it seems.
Oh yeah. I enjoy it.
Oh, good.
My god, I am sweating.
Well, yeah, do you have any other questions about life in the Imperium?
I don't have anything that comes to mind right now.
Well, let's keep murdering
Yeah.
dudes.
Let's just keep on gunning.
Yep, you need your contempt. Your contempt is your armor.
Watching someone good at FPS games is masterful. I mean, I would say I'm just like I've grown up with them, so I can do them pretty well. There are definitely people that are better than me.
You are
peers.
adept.
Yeah, that's probably a good way of looking at it. It's like if I get placed in like sort of online like competitive stuff, I'm usually like sort of like diamond tier, like just below like sort of the grandmaster and the highest ones. It's like I can't compete with the best of the best, but I can give it a good go.
Yeah. So you're not like esports tier, but you are still good at the game.
Yeah. That's probably the best way to look at it. Oh my god.
You just mulch entire corridors.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. One of the best like examples of this I've ever seen was a fan animation called Astartes.
Yes.
That, believe it or not, got picked up by Games Workshop.
Oh, nice.
Like the actual like game company picked up the developer, the person that made it, and went, right, we're gonna give you a bunch of money. You're gonna remove this from YouTube, put it on our streaming service, which is kind of a dick move, and then go radio silent for the next 3 years.
Oh, okay. Oh, here comes the
But
purge.
we have there we go.
I think.
We have gotten a trailer recently of Astartes 2. So
Hey, nice.
they have continued the basically given them a studio and said go at it, which is awesome.
I like that.
Which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted Games Workshop to pick it up, give the guy a studio, because the first fan animation was amazing.
Yeah.
The first episode was a group of space marines like boarding an enemy ship by aggressive means and massacring everybody on board.
Oh wow, I'm in pain.
You discovered a secret. Wasn't very well hidden.
Yeah. Oh, health. That's good. I like that.
Good, yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, you've got lesser plague toads, you've got full plague toads, you've got dudes with shotguns, you've got cultists. Still, this guy's, these plague toads are easier to deal with than the toads I've been dealing with in Star Wars.
Oh, is it that Fallen Order?
No, it's Jedi Survivor.
Oh, the sequel. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I played Fallen Order last year.
Oh, nice.
I've been trying to get myself through Jedi Survivor. It's on Game Pass, so I figured, yeah.
I need
I'll play
to.
it.
I need to give Fallen Order a go myself. I still haven't played it.
It's really good.
I know. I just haven't gone around to it.
Yeah, but we've all got backlogs.
Oh yeah, indeed.
That's the problem with being like a person in the world today. Is there's that much content.
Yeah.
Picking what you want to play when is it can leave you like stuck at times.
That's for sure.
Like, what do I want to play today? I don't know. So you end up playing nothing.
Yeah.
You're stuck there in limbo the entire time. Like, why? Let me play
Oh
something."
god.
Oops.
At the Terminator.
Yep.
I missed that grenade, I think.
They've added obliterators to this game.
Those toads are so annoying. They really pack a punch.
When it comes to Terminators, just be thankful they don't have obliterators.
Yeah.
Because they're a variant of Terminator, Chaos Terminator, that have a tech virus that was Chaos-infused technological virus that causes them to take weapons into their own bodies.
I see.
So they're basically Terminators running around that can morph weapons out of their skin and fire them at you.
Ugh. I don't like the sound of that. Oh, hi. Oh, god.
It's horrifying. So in game terms, they count as having auto cannons, flamers, melter weapons, plasma weapons, laser, las cannons, as well as power fists and all the other shit.
Okay.
They nasty.
Oh, Christ. Ooh. Pain.
A lot of it, yeah. Thankfully, in these arena bits, I think those little areas with the power-ups tend to respawn.
Oh, that's good. Oh, hi. What's up?
Just a bit of slow-mo into the action.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Get rid of him. Then we can breathe a little more.
Yeah, it's all about just selecting your battles, making them come to you,
Yeah.
and don't taking them all on at once, 'cause that's how you get mugged.
Yep. Cool. These are some great combat arenas.
Oh yeah, they're really well made.
Very intense. Alright, see if we can get some pickups to top us off.
The way it's like multiple levels as well, multiple layers, different corners, different. It is blatantly an arena, but at the same time, it's a well-made one.
Yes. It's real nice. Alright. Where are we headed next then?
But here's the fun part about the Empire's religion. Everyone believes in the Emperor. There's only one problem with that.
Yeah?
The Emperor didn't want to be a god.
Oh.
The Emperor tried his best to remove all religion, including any belief that he was a god. He didn't want that.
Interesting.
He wanted to usher in a universal world, of knowledge and peaceful understanding. He did it by force, but he basically wanted a future of no gods, no masters, the Imperium, humanity for a brighter future. And a book got written declaring him, a god. It was known as the Lectitio Divinitatis.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the book of divinity. Basically proclaiming him to be so powerful he has to be a god. And lots of people believed it. There's only one problem. Can you guess who wrote that book?
Who did?
One of the Chaos Fallen.
Oh.
One of his sons that felt the Chaos.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, one of the Space Marine legions back in the Great Crusade was known as the Word Bearers. They picked that name because they were bearing the word of the Emperor. They were his most devoted followers.
Yeah.
They worshipped him. despite him, telling them not to. They worshipped him as a god, to the point where he censured them for that worship.
Oh, wow.
But because they basically had a desire to believe in something, they looked for something to believe in. And that's how they found the Chaos God. Started believing them instead.
Ah.
But before the fall, Lorgar, their Lorgar Aurelius was their Primarch, their leader, the Emperor's son, one of the Emperor's sons. And he wrote the Electro Divinitatis as a declaration that the Emperor was divine. And lots of people started following it. Underground, little secret sermons and preachers here and there. Very much against the edicts of the Emperor himself. And unfortunately, even after the heresy, that spawned into the full belief system of the Imperium.
Okay.
Incredibly twisted. It gives you some, look into the scale of this whole thing. One thing a lot of people looking at 40k really need to realize, this is 60 years worth of lore.
Yes, absolutely. It's been around quite a while.
Oh yeah, that and the fact that they were tinkering with chaos. The Thousand Suns under Magnus the Red were tinkering with with psychic powers. They had the most librarians of any of the legions, which became chapters later on, and were told not to because the Emperor knew the dangers of chaos. But because he just said no, don't do that, and didn't explain any of it, they all ended up falling to it anyway. So the Emperor's hubris is a large part of his own downfall.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then the Horus Heresy happened, and the Emperor ended up having to murder his favorite son.
Ouch.
And now he's on a chair for 10,000 years. A rotting carcass being kept alive by technological wizardry. There's some joy to be taken in the sheer bloodiness of the combat here. The way that even an old-fashioned shotgun causes enemies to just blow apart.
Love it.
I do like the slow-mo sequences when you melee someone.
Yeah. It's a good traversal tool if you want to get out real quick as well.
Oh yeah.
It obviously just drags you towards them, it's
yeah, it's like a charge.
Yeah. It is essentially. I need to actually. To be fair, there is actually a charge as well, which I need to use more of.
There's a lot of mechanics that go unused in this game. Really, they're very useful, but there's a lot to remember. Like this little arrow on the floor. When I was playing this, I had no idea. Mulched.
Yeah, just destroyed. Ooh, hello.
And that's a chainsaw. That's your basic. Oh, melee smash.
Yeah, that's cool.
Keep in mind that the chainsword is the basic level melee weapon. I mean, I don't think there's any upgrades to it in this game, but in the world of Warhammer 40k, you've got power weapons where you have a sword that's sheathed in an energy field that cuts through basically anything.
Ah, okay.
And then you've got the power fist, which is a big fist. That's the reason it's in the name. That is also wreathed in energy and doubles the user's strength when they punch with it. And then there's a variation of the power fist called the chain fist.
Ah.
Which has a armor-rending chainsaw on the front of the power fist. Which basically means you can punch tanks to death.
I like that. That sounds fun.
And one of my personal favorites is the twin-handed melee weapon known as the Thunder Hammer.
Ah.
It's basically a giant two-handed hammer that has a energy projector in the head that when you hit something explodes in lightning.
that does sound cool.
Yeah.
I like lightning.
Basically think the Thunder Hammer, the Gravity Hammer from Halo, but way cooler.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
And then you've got things like, you know, if you want to go more heretical, you've got things like demon weapons, where you have a master forged weapon imbued with the soul of a demon.
Okay.
If you wield such a weapon, that demon will talk to you.
Oh, I love
it will,
sentient
It will
weapons.
offer you gifts. Yeah,
That's
it
fun.
will offer you gifts, whisper to you, and try to bring you over to its ideals. There is one such weapon that is wielded by a member of what is known as the Grey Knights. They're also known as the Demon Hunters. They are the very specific tier of Space Marines. There's only one chapter of them. They are on the moon of Titan, and they are specifically kitted and outfitted to kill demons. And they have a vault full of demonic, you know, artifacts that they can't destroy. They're there to keep them safe and not fall in the hands of the enemy. One such artifact is a demonic sword that will whisper to anybody near it. And the reason, and for that reason, I should say, it is not kept in the vault.
Ah, alright.
It is kept wielded by one of the Grey Knights.
Oh, I see.
Who uses the sword in battle. He wields the sword in battle, and it is constantly whispering sweet suggestions and temptations to him every minute of every day that he wields the sword. Even when he sleeps, he has this sword in his possession, and it is whispering to him. And if at any moment his resolve breaks, it will take over. I'm trying to remember the character's name. Garen Crow
That's a cool name.
is the Grey Knight. Yeah, Garen Crow is a Castellan, so basically a higher officer within the Grey Knights chapter. And he wields the Blade of Antwer, one of the most powerful Chaos relics in the possession of the Grey Knights. And he's been doing that for hundreds of years. The mind boggles thinking of, like, can you imagine having someone whisper in your ear at all times, day and night, for hundreds of years? Madness. Oh yeah, and as Shadow says in the chat, the Grey Knights themselves are a truly interesting chapter. They were introduced as just like the Demon Hunters. They have weapons that ignore invulnerable saves, you know, because all demons are primarily invulnerable saves instead of normal body armor. So they have weapons that ignore that, specifically shows how they're specialized
Wow.
in getting rid of demons. That's a nice little arena you're stuck in.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Heavy bolter.
Heavy bolter! You will move slightly slow with the heavy bolter, but it is, as you can tell,
It's heavy.
a heavy weapon.
I like it.
Yeah, take a basic bolter, give it bigger ammo, and then, you know, a faster rate of fire. And that's the heavy bolter. Bigger boom, bigger bullets, bigger destruction.
It pleases me.
Yeah, a lot of Imperial Guard tanks have 3 of them.
The tanks up there. Them.
Yeah, the basic LemmingRuss battle tank of the Imperial Guard has 1 on the very front and 1 on each side. Or at least can do. You can also have a last cannon on the front and 1 on either side.
Alright, yeah.
If it suits you.
If it pleases you. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a good little taster into the lore of 40k. And the crazy part is there are books.
Yeah.
They have their own publishing company.
That tracks.
And the publishing company has a name fitting of the actual setting.
Oh, yeah.
Their publishing house is called Black Library,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
which is also actually a setting within 40k itself. So there is a thing known as the Black Library in 40k, and certain members of the certain characters have been trying to gain access to said library for thousands of years. Which brings us on to the Eldar, the Xenos races. We've got Chaos here. You've also got Xenos races. The Eldar are basically space elves.
Yes.
You know, haughty. There's not many of them. They reproduce very rarely, and they are basically the reason Slanesh. Oh god! Oh no!
I may have done an erroneous dash there.
Yeah, that one went a bit over the. I was gonna say over the top, but over the edge.
Yeah.
Fitting. But yeah, the Eldar are basically space elves, and they are the reason for their own species' downfall, and they are also the reason Slanesh exists. Because during the height of the Eldar Empire, they basically became so hedonistic. And this sorry to the people listening at home, but I'm going to use a term that is quite vulgar. They basically murder fucked the Chaos God Slanesh into existence.
What a sentence. Oh god.
Yeah, vast murder orgies across space birthed the god of one of the Chaos gods, and as a result, Slanesh has claim on every Eldar soul. So when an Eldar dies, unless they capture their soul in something, that soul gets eaten.
I see.
Which makes them quite desperate. All of their original planets fell into the Eye of Terror, the big hole where Chaos lives. And so they float around in space on giant craft worlds. Basically giant ships designed to hold entire colonies of Eldar. And there are very few of them. So that's they also have the Dark Eldar, their dark cousins, who realize that if they can please Slanesh, then Slanesh won't take their souls straight away. So they basically live lives of eternal just savagery. They will go out of their way to capture and torture people just to please Slanesh, so Slanesh doesn't sleep them.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And then moving on from the Orky, moving on from the Eldar to a little bit more fun, the Orcses.
Yeah.
The Orcs. You don't see them here, but they were on this planet a few years before this happened. That was the events in the first bit of the game. And they are the universe's comic relief team.
Yeah.
But while also being grimdark as all hell. Because they
Oh, God.
will literally do, oh no!
I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm
Oh.
fine. Oh.
Well saved, my friend. Well
Yeah.
saved.
I managed to barrel some guys off the edge, though.
They will murder their way through planets. They will go on giant, just warpaths, known to them as a wah.
Oh, God.
That's their word for just like
Yeah.
a conquest. Is a wah.
I like that.
In fact, I have a button for one right here. Where is it?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
There it is. It is their war cry. It is their word for their wars, and it is also their religion.
Nice.
They will fight anything that moves, even themselves. Their currency is teeth.
The currency is teeth. Oh, man.
Yeah, doesn't matter if it's their own or somebody else's. So if an orc is broke and needs a few extra, they will punch themselves in the face.
Get a few teeth out.
Yeah, get a few teeth.
Why not?
It's TEEF, by the way.
Oh, yes, of course.
They speak in a low gothic guttural tone. That sounds almost cockney.
Yeah.
And they are the comic relief in that they do really silly, funny things. But at the same time, they're also one of the most dangerous opponents. Because if you have enough orcs in one area, their combined presence warps reality.
Yeah, I heard that they have like some kind of like psychic field or something.
Yeah, every orc is a very low tier latent psychic.
That's pretty cool.
But he can't do anything on his own. He's just a dude looking for a fight on his own.
Yeah.
Like he's just looking for a fight. But if you get enough orcs together, they resonate with each other. So things orcs believe become true.
I see.
One of the main things being red ones grow faster.
Yes. Aren't the purple ones invisible?
Yes, purple
Yeah.
orcs are the sneakiest orcs.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when's the last time you saw a purple orc?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a whole
that's
thing.
so good. That is really, really funny.
Yeah, and if there are enough together, they will gather members that become weird boys, and they're basically the focal points of all the psychic powers.
Gotcha.
And their gods are Gork and Mork.
Gork and Mork. I like it.
And if one of their weird boys wants to channel their power, their head might explode.
Oh, fun.
It might. Or you can channel that power to such an extent that the hand of Gork itself manifests through reality and punches your enemy in the face.
Very cool.
And that's a fist the size of a starship. Just in case, just if there's enough around and they really, really want it to happen. And that's the order. You also got, as you know, there's the Tau.
Yes.
They're a younger race. They were discovered 10,000 years ago. But then something rather bad happened and we had to look away for a bit. And back in 10,000 years ago, they were just a barely sentient, lesser race of alien species, banging rocks together and not being a problem to anybody. We look back 10,000 years later and oh, they're a hyper-advanced race of cow people.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they walk on hooves and have udders.
Yes.
Under their armor. It's a whole list. I have the Xenology book. It has dissections and details of xenobiology.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they don't print it anymore, so I'm quite happy to still have it. And so yeah, they work in castes.
Yeah,
So
that's,
you've got
I remember that.
when you're a Tau and you're born, you're pretty much immediately put into a caste, depending on your physical aptitude. And you got the fire caste. They're the soldiers. They're the ones who the fire warriors. They're the ones that do all of the fighting. You got the air caste. They're the pilots, the navigators. You got the earth caste, and they're the builders. The water caste are the negotiators. They're the diplomats.
Huh.
I might have a couple of those switched around, but that's mostly accurate.
Oh god.
And then you've got the Orn, or the ethereal caste. They're the leadership.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy's a Chaos Champion, by the way.
Yeah, I was feeling that.
Just an FYI.
Yeah, he seemed a little relentless.
Yeah, he will just charge you until either he or you are dead. So yeah, so there's a bit of weirdness around the ethereal cast. Oh, there's another one. He has some friends amongst the Chaos Gods, which makes him a bit more powerful. Oh, bop, 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 bop. Gotta love it.
Oops, that wasn't the weapon I wanted to use, but it works anyway.
Yeah, it murdered it.
It just hurts me a little bit.
There's certain theories amongst for Tau physiology. I'm trying to remember words here. That the reason they are so loyal to the Orns or the Ethereals is because of mind control.
Oh.
You know how the Ethereals, you probably remember the model.
Yes.
They generally have a gem in the center of their forehead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's emitting a pheromone.
Interesting.
So yeah, the whole greater good thing is just mind control.
Oh, fun.
So even if the Tau are supposed to be like the good guy, relative good guys of the setting,
Yeah,
they're being mind controlled.
Yeah, there's not a lot of ethics there.
They will allow other species to join the Tau Empire as lesser vassals.
I fell down the shaft.
You fell.
Didn't hurt though.
Yeah, you're a space marine.
Yeah. I'm built
There's
different.
no fall damage for a space marine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can have humans in a Tau, in a Tau army. But there is rumors of them being, chemically castrated before they do so.
Oh. I see.
Because you can't allow these lesser beings to breed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I guess that would make sense in a society like that to do that. Doesn't make it any less cruel,
Yeah,
but I understand.
Yeah, it's still horror. It's still horrifying.
Yeah.
It's still awful. But it's 40k. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and as Shadow, I've been not looking at chat, I'm looking at you fight things. But as Shadow said, the orcs are the best race. They fight anything, and it's brilliant. There's even the story of a group of orcs that went into the Eye of Terror.
Oh.
They went into where chaos lives,
Oh right.
just looking for a fight, and they found themselves on a cornate world. They found themselves on a world of corn, who obviously also likes to fight. So what does corn do? Gives them the fight.
Yeah. No doubt.
And then, because it's such a good fight, he keeps resurrecting any of the orcs that die.
Oh wow.
So it's just constant demons being summoned, orcs being resurrected, a constant fight, the orcs are incredibly happy.
Exalted Flamer.
Oh yeah. Basically a big flamer.
Yeah. Ah.
It's basically the idea to just keep your distance. It will fire multiple projectiles at you, but you can dodge them if you keep your distance. And yeah, the demons don't really have, you know, set looks.
Yeah.
They are literally just chaos entities, which makes sense.
Ah.
And as Shadow is bringing us on, they also there's also the Tyranids, the most Xeno of all the Xeno races. They are the most alien-looking.
I mean, they're basically like xenomorphs, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very much inspired by the H.R. Geiger's xenomorph, like aesthetic.
Yeah.
But it's the aesthetic alone. Their actual like way of working is 40k Grimdark, basically.
Yeah.
They are a hive mind. The entirety of the Tyranids are a hive mind, and that's not a good thing because we don't know how they're coming from the outer galaxy.
Oh, I see.
We don't know how many there are.
I remember that there was I mean, I know of it as both a sort of miniatures game and as a PS1 game, Space Hulk.
Yes.
Which is kind of like a horror kind of thing. Where you're stuck on a ship with them.
Yeah, you're Space Marines. You've got a mission on a Space Hulk. Space Hulks are basically what happens when you have multiple ships going through the warp that crash into other ships in the warp.
Oh yeah.
And rather than exploding or hitting each other, because they're in the warp, they basically end up physically containing the same space. So they merge with each other. Until eventually you have these giant amalgamations of multiple ships with no crews just floating through the warp. And eventually they'll come out of the warp. And somebody has to go in and investigate it.
Yeah.
And that's the premise of Space Hulk. You're investigating one of these hulks. And unfortunately, it has a gene stealer infestation on it.
Oh, fun.
And those are the Tyranids that, you know, will jump out of air vents and shoot your knees off. And yeah, the gene stealers are the forerunners. They're basically the vanguard of any Tyranid invasion. They're the ones that'll arrive first on a planet. They'll infect any of the local population. That's why they're called gene stealers.
Yeah.
They'll infect so that multiple generations down the line you have gene stealer human hybrids.
Ah.
And they will form an underground revolt and take over as much of the planet as possible, causing chaos. You know, not obviously not chaos, but causing
just regular chaos, not chaos.
Yeah, just causing havoc amongst the population in the run up to a full Tyranid Hive Fleet invasion. And that's when a Hive Fleet turns up. And Hive Fleets are millions, untold millions of Tyranid bioforms. Oh damn, that was cool.
I realized that the charge instant kills blue horrors. So you can just charge through a bunch of them at once. I was like, hey cat.
Yep. Yeah, there's Inquisitor Cat. Hello.
I was wondering when you would appear.
Yes, it was inevitable.
Yes. I've just been learning about the lore from Lemming.
Yeah, it's a bit disjointed. I haven't really got a path to follow, but I'm giving you my best rendition of the lore of 40k. So yeah, the Tyranids are massive hive fleets. We don't know how many there are. They come from outside of the galaxy, and they generally send vanguards to cause problems, and then hive fleets turn up to eat the remains. And they basically reproduce by breaking down all biomass on a planet and using it to craft more of themselves.
Oh, of course.
So it doesn't matter how many of them you kill unless you beat them. Because if they win, it doesn't matter how many of them you kill, they will just take all of that biomass and reform it into more Tyranids.
Oh, delightful.
Every citizen, every tree, every plant, every livestock mulched down in giant vats and eaten basically by the giant Tyranid hive ships in orbit and used to produce more Tyranids for the next fight. That's why basically the Tyranids are the 40k endgame. Because we don't know how many there are.
Oh god.
There might be infinite. They might have already eaten the rest of the universe. We don't know.
Oh god. That's scary.
Oh yeah, the Zerg from StarCraft wish they were this terrifying.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the Zerg are directly based on the Tyranids. But that's the whole thing about how StarCraft was originally going to be a Warhammer 40k game but got switched.
That makes sense, considering all the designs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the Terran Marines are Space Marines.
Yeah.
The Zerg are the Tyranids, and the Protoss are the Eldar.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was going to be a thing, but I think it was like licensing changed or something, and it caused the whole project to never happen.
I mean, that's a similar thing happened with Doom.
Yeah.
Because that was originally going to be an alien game.
Yeah, an alien tie-in.
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, we'll not do that. So okay, we've already got a game here. I guess we'll rebrand it and do it or something ourselves.
Yeah. And they made history.
Yep, they made history with what the first like major selling first-person shooter. Classic. Yeah, Tyranids are terrifying, and they also like they adapt the genes of anything they devour as well. So like they ate an Eldar craft world, and that gave them Zone Throw, which are psychically tuned Tyranid bioforms.
Gotcha.
Which aren't pleasant. And everywhere they go, they also have an echo in the warp.
Ah.
So if you rely on warp communication between planets, yeah, that's going to stop when a hive fleet turns up. All your communications, your psychers are going to have fits. They're going to tear their own eyes out to try and make the noises stop. There will be a chittering.
Ow. That hurt.
It doesn't go well.
Oh, it's those guys.
And you can see Tyranids getting murdered in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
Oh, nice. Alright, come on.
I need to team up with David.
Come on, Blue Horrors. Roll up, roll up.
Some side levels that me and the boys never finished. I need to get around to that. So that's one thing I can't really do in these style of boomer shooters is like shooting, switching weapon on the fly and shooting some more. I'm the sort of guys that I've got my one gun and I'm going to stick with that until it runs out of ammo.
I
and
take
then I'll
it.
use something else until I find more ammo.
I take it that Doom Eternal wasn't your speed then.
I had a lot of difficulty with that game.
Yeah, because that game expects you to be switching weapons and doing different things and jumping around and.
I ended up basically switching between two weapons. I got into the habit of like, which weapon do I usually need to take on the trouble enemies?
Yeah.
You know, the plasma gun, and I switched between that and the double shotgun.
Like, I get why Doom Eternal was like divisive for some people, but personally, that style of gameplay absolutely works for me.
I mean, I was happy that on normal difficulty, I got through the final boss of the base game.
Oh, yeah.
On my first try.
And I'm guessing you tried the blood swamps and the DLC and were like, nope.
Yeah, I got severely annoyed at the difficulty curve of the DLC.
The blood swamps is
The point where
insane,
I dropped it to easy difficulty for a bit, and then just gave up and didn't go back.
I love...
It gets frustrating.
I love blood swamps, but yeah, I get it. It's one of those games where I'm like, if people don't like it, I'm like, I understand why. Because it has a very specific way of thinking.
I wanted to finish it. I wanted to continue the story and see where it went. But I couldn't because the difficulty curve was so irritating.
Oh, it is. It is really,
It's like the base game had, it had its difficulty curve.
Oh, yeah.
It had you having to use specific weapons at specific times against certain enemies in certain orders to beat them properly and continue. But then the DLC just added more difficulty modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
It added more things to make it a pain in the ass. And I got tired of it.
No, I get that.
I understand why people enjoy it, but I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like the Chaos Gods decided to resurrect that one.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying. Oh god. Yeah, a bit of health.
At least he's not Lucius the Eternal.
Alright. Come on then. Oh god, that was not a good idea. I tried to charge into him. Get away!
That guy. Oh, he's gonna mulch you if you don't get him.
Oh, he mulched me! Damn!
Oh, he got you. Holy crap.
He was absolutely going for it.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we're gonna do this arena again.
There's a character known as Lucius the Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically the greatest duelist the Emperor's children had of the Space Marines. And when they fell to chaos, he fell with the big staff. He was very happy to duel his way across every battlefield and prove his perfection in any way at all. And he became the chosen of the Chaos Gods. He is very blessed by the gods themselves. But with this blessing is a bad thing for anybody who faces him. Because after 10,000 years, he's somewhat infamous amongst people who fight chaos. As you would be. Someone who's really good with swords challenges you to a duel and he's 10,000 years old. Probably Lucius the Eternal. And so, if anybody kills Lucius and feels joy or feels any sort of satisfaction over the kill, even if for a moment, a few days later, you'll start hearing voices.
Oh,
and
God.
then your skin will start transmuting. And before long, you are forming into Lucius the Eternal.
Oh my god.
And your pain screams. And your face in agonized detail will eventually become part of the detailing on his armor.
That's crazy.
He is literally eternal. If you kill him and feel joy for even a moment, he will take your body and be renewed.
Oh god.
And his armor is just covered in screaming faces of all the people in 10,000 years who have thought they bested him and then became him.
Come on.
And there are dozens of characters like this. Really well written, well fleshed out, brutal characters. One of my personal favorites being Khan the Betrayer.
Okay. Oh, so hey, Oliver, how are you
Khan
doing?
the Betrayer is a member of the World Eaters. He fell to Khorne very heavily. To the point where if they weren't fighting, he wasn't happy. So when they were fighting a little feud against... Oh, that's one of those guys!
Yep.
Run! They were fighting a blood feud against the Emperor's children on a planet, and every nightfall they would have to take cover against the deathly freezing of that planet's atmosphere. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to keep fighting.
Okay, he's coming back.
So he burned. Oh, yeah, he burned down all the shelters to force his legion to fight, condemning a lot of them to a frozen death, which earned him the name of the Betrayer.
I see.
But he started off as the most level-headed of all of the World Eaters. He was the equerry. He was the intelligent one. And now he is just the single most bloodthirsty, single-minded berserker in the setting. There are plenty of books. You've got the entire Horus Heresy series to read, and the actual books for the World Eaters are brilliantly written in that they're absolutely brutal opponents to fight and to see murdering people, but you also feel sorry for them because of how they fall from grace. They were the Warhounds. They were a good fighting force, and then they just become bloodthirsty berserkers.
Damn. Also, I was just showing off the taunt button there to people who are asking about it.
Oh yeah, it's great. The taunt is so much fun.
Alright.
It's much like how in Duck Game you have a quack button.
Yes, yeah.
Glorious. Yeah, there is a Chaos Filth button. And there's a number of different taunts as well. There's like a handful whenever you press it, which is fun. But yeah, there's a lot of detail went into this game. Like the actual aesthetic is very gothic, which is very 40k.
Oh yeah.
The enemies themselves are like very, incredibly accurate to the models.
I like that,
A
yeah.
lot of these enemies you're fighting are basically one-for-one sprite recreations of the tabletop models.
And that's what always struck me when I saw like the first gameplay. I was like, oh my god, they actually look like the miniatures.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
I like that.
Because quite often they'll do like interpretations of the designs.
Oh yeah.
Or like just make it more like realistic and that sort of thing. Which is cool and it looks great. But there's something about the house style that just absolutely hits right.
Mm-hmm. And it's absolutely glorious the way this is all working. Like you can see the chaos, corruption hitting the floor. And,
yeah.
there are faces poking out of it. But very Doom aesthetic, with the faces on the
yeah.
walls. But rather than being hell, this is just chaos, corruption. These are demons trying to break through to the material realm.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as a Vanguard veteran, cannot allow that.
I like the message of Shadow quack for the Emperor.
Quack for the Emperor!
Bread for the bread gods.
Do you have VR?
I don't, unfortunately. My wife's got a Steam Index,
yes.
but it's over in the States, and it's very expensive to get it shipped over, and very difficult to take to an airport. So we're trying to figure out how to get it back. At some point, we'll get that sorted. But yeah.
Because if and when that does happen, there is a 40k VR game called Battle Sister.
Oh, nice.
You take the place of one of the Adeptus Orator, which is the order militant of the witch hunters, or the heretic finders.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing for them is they were told they couldn't have men at arms.
Yeah.
Like you can't have soldiers, you can't have soldiers, you can't have men under your control. So then, cool, we're gonna have women instead. So you've got basically power armored nuns
That's awesome.
with Space Marine firearms
Yeah.
rocking around, defeating their enemies with bolters and prayer.
I like that.
And they're basically the militant arm of the spiritual heart of the Imperium.
I do love in like settings when you have like characters who basically use faith as a weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, cleric is my favorite D&D class, like bar none.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And any sort of opportunity I get to play sort of like cleric priest characters in like RPGs, I love doing that. I just think it's great fun.
And Battle Sisters or the Sororitas
Mm-hmm.
have all of that.
Nice.
You know, their faith in the Emperor gives them like protections and powers against their enemies.
Yeah.
Hell, they've even got living saints.
Oh wow.
They've got like there's one called there are a number of them, but they generally look the same. They have the classic Battle Sister power armor, but it's gold. They have angel wings. They mysteriously appear on their battlefields and assist them.
Yeah.
And if you're fighting against one of them, heaven help you. Because the Emperor sure won't. What happened to the color grading? Holy shit.
The doors have been locked off. We're in like a combat arena basically.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a battle of one of the more fun, I say fun, one of the more interesting aspects of the setting. So not only do you have just the sisters who are very faithful, like, believers with power armor, they are also, like, if you have sinned, they will forcibly make you join their ranks.
Oh god. Ow. Oh god, ow.
It's an act of repent. Oh god.
I'm in pain. Help, 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 help.
They will make you repent.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Oh Christ. There was a health packet. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Even if it includes strapping you to the front of a war engine and throwing you into fight.
Did not mean to do that.
And then if a sister herself goes against any sort of order, they will be forced to join the Repentia. To repent for their sins against the Emperor. In which case their power armor is taken away.
Yeah.
They are not allowed to use ranged weapons.
Okay.
So they are sent into combat basically naked with a chainsword.
I mean, that's someone with nothing to lose though. That's scary.
Oh yeah, exactly. They have a double-handed chainsword called, I don't know what's it called. An executioner. And it's incredibly powerful, and they use their faith as their protection.
Ah, okay.
So their faith in the Emperor will protect them. But yeah, you basically have, models of, Sisters of Battle in rags, basically just like strips of cloth.
Yeah.
With giant chainswords charging into battle.
That's crazy.
Because their faith is strong enough. And that's the crazy thing, is one of the biggest counters to chaos is faith. Belief in duty is one of the best counters to chaos.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those settings where just being a normal person is not a pleasant place to be. Which is why if you ever hear, like, you've always seen, like, if you could go into your favorite setting, would you?
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
People are into Star Wars. Like, hell yeah, driving a ship through the galaxy, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun. Or, anything like that. For 40k, the majority of people would be like, no.
Yeah. Nope, absolutely not.
I'm not going anywhere near that universe.
Yeah.
It is terrible. It is not a good place to be. And if you're a normal person, your only real hope for for a pleasant experience is if you're born into one of the higher families. You're like a planetary governor family, or one of the richer people on the hive planet.
Ah, okay.
That's the only time you're gonna have like a pleasant time of it. If you're not one of those, you're just cattle.
Yeah.
If you're on a hive world, you'll probably join a gang at some point, get into scuffles with the other gangs. If you get arrested, you'll probably end up in the Imperial Guard
Yeah.
and thrown into, fights where your average survival chance is 5 minutes.
Oh, like you said earlier, you'll fight chaos and then be killed because you know about chaos now.
Yeah, exactly. The Imperial Guard is the sort of thing where if you survive a firefight longer than 10 minutes, you are officially a veteran. And they have conscript platoons and commissars. The commissars who, they are morale officers. They're there to keep morale of the unit by any means necessary. Which basically means if anybody tries to run away, they get shot. Still, commissars are some of the best written characters in the setting as well.
Yeah.
There are two notable ones. You've got Colonel Commissar Ibram Gaunt of the Gaunt Ghost novels. He was a commissar of a freshly made unit of the Imperial Guard, and then that unit's planet got attacked and destroyed on the day of their founding.
Oh.
Their entire command structure was destroyed, leaving him as a commissar the only one in command. So he got the honorary rank of Colonel Commissar.
Of course.
And because he's the last one in charge, he is very hesitant to shoot his own men. So there's only that many left.
Yeah.
And the other notable one is my particular favourite, written by Simon Mitchell. You've got Typhus Kane.
Whoa.
Holy shit. Yeah, I think you're a bit beyond me in the story now. Yeah, Typhus Kane is basically the setting's Blackadder.
Oh.
His books are in the style of a memoir. And then he's written them himself.
Yeah.
So they're from the first person perspective. But they're being annotated by a member of the Inquisition. So he actually met an Inquisitor, and they had a relationship. A working relationship. And when he released his memoirs at the end of his life, she was the one who took them all and stopped them from going public for a start, and annotated them for any other members of the Inquisition who wanted to read them. And he is, by his own admission, an abject coward. Anything he did was by pure luck, and that's hilarious. Everything he wanted to do was to try and get away from a fight.
No. Okay.
He was a commissar. He was in charge of morale and
Yeah.
the men in line. So what unit, when he gets to pick, what unit would you, if you were an abject coward, want to get yourself assigned to?
I don't know.
An artillery unit.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it.
He got himself assigned to an artillery unit, far behind the lines where nothing would be a worry. But there was a problem. At one point, the troops in front got overrun by Tyranids. This is an example of his luck. The unit in front got overrun by Tyranids and they were about to be attacked.
Yeah.
So he takes a vehicle and, scouts. I'm just going to scout the flanks.
Yeah.
He was just basically trying to run away.
Yeah.
I'm going to scout the flanks. I'll be back in a minute. And he takes his vehicle out. and runs into a flanking attack from the enemy.
Oh god.
And thanks to his, inadvertent attempt to run away, he counters this flanking attack and saves the day. And that's his every adventure.
I like characters like that where they're cowards and they do not want to be involved in the story, but the story wants to be involved with them.
Yeah, Rincewind syndrome is what I call it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I was thinking of Rincewind.
But yeah, the Caiaphas Cain novels are some of the best written and actually funny novels in the 40k setting, while also still being quite grim at times. Because it's still 40k.
Yeah. Can't remove the grim from the dark.
Exactly. But yeah, fully recommended. They're all available in audio as well. They've all been like voice acted.
Nice. That's
All
cool.
the Caiaphas Cain novels have two narrators. One playing Caiaphas and the general storytelling, and the other one doing the Inquisitor, doing all the narration.
Who do they have playing him then?
I'll check. One moment. You've got narrated by Stephen Perring.
Okay.
Oh wow, the most recent one, which is an anthology by the way, if you want to get it on Audible, has where is it? Stephen Perring, Penelope Rollins, Emma Gregory, and Philippe Basha.
Emma Gregory. Is that the voice of Minthara in Baldur's Gate?
Might be.
Because I'm pretty sure the name sounds familiar.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Because I remember hearing that she did some Warhammer stuff.
Yeah. She narrated the anthology. I don't know if she's any.
Do you know who read the Warhammer Adventure series? Wasn't it David Tennant? I think
David Tennant is it? Yes. Yeah.
And maybe I think Billy Piper maybe was involved with it. Oh, maybe
there's been a few names.
I might have been. There might be someone else Doctor Who related. I can't remember who it was. I know David Tennant was.
David Tennant is definitely involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, what was it? There's some of the fun thing is some of the Warhammer fantasy settings. The dwarf. Which one is it? Not Tower of Sigma. There's a long series of Slayer novels.
Oh yeah.
So you've got Gotrek and Phoenix. That's the one. There we go. We've got Troll Slayer, Skaven Slayer, Demon Slayer, Dragon Slayer, Beast Slayer, Vampire Slayer, Giant Slayer, Orc Slayer, Man Slayer, Elf Slayer, and so on and so on and so on.
Oh,
it's a long ass series of
I made a mistake.
Oh dear.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna wait for them to line up. That's so satisfying.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's brilliant. It's like murdering through tons of them by just charging.
That's so good.
Oh yeah, Realm Slayer. The Gotrek Gurnison solo series. If you want to see a dwarfish Slayer, just like a dwarfish berserker, going ham in a book, the Gotrek Gurnison series is great for that in the fantasy setting.
Nice.
And it is narrated by Jonathan Keeble, David Seddon, Andrew Wincott, Steve Conlon, Penelope Rollins, John Banks, Joe Shire, Vanessa Donovan, Matthew Hunt, Connie Magadza, Toby Longworth, that's a notable name, and Brian Blessed.
I recognize the name Andrew Wincott for sure. That's Raphael in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. And freaking Brian Blessed in that.
Oh, yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, the Black Library have put a lot of effort into their audiobooks as of late.
Oh, hello.
That's a great Demon of Siege.
Yeah.
The Lord of Change. AKA the big birdie bastard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in most 40k settings, a greater demon would generally be a final boss.
What?
Yeah, the changer of ways. Literally all its plans personified.
So many screamers. Hey, Mist.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hey, I missed you. Pursuit of knowledge and secrets indeed. Crazy powers, we've been playing this for so long we still haven't found my favorite weapon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the melter gun.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh yeah, it's basically an energy shotgun in terms of the game.
Yeah.
What it is a focused beam of pure fusion.
I see. That sounds good. Ow, that hurt.
It gets hotter the closer you are to your target.
Oh, alright.
So in tabletop terms, if you're within half range, you do double roll against armor. So it's a tank destroyer. But it's so high powered you can just murder anything you run in front of.
Take my grenades! Ow.
I mean, the fun part is a Lord of Change was actually the final boss of the Fire Warrior game.
Oh, I think it died.
Really?
I'm not sure what happened to it, but it blew up.
Oh shit!
I got no cheat.
It was at half. It was at half health. What did you throw at it?
I don't know. I just spammed all my grenades.
Well, you did it.
Yeah. Well, that'll work, I guess. And then that's all you gotta do. Just throw all your ordnance.
Yeah, it worked. That's basically how 40k works. You want to kill something, throw everything at it.
His brain just slid down the wall slowly.
There it goes. That's a very well-detailed brain as well.
I know.
Interesting for it to come out of the body hole like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check something.
Ooh. Hole in the floor.
On the credits. You know who narrated the Fire Warrior video game?
Who?
Tom Baker.
Oh! That's great.
Yeah, Tom Baker as the narrator. Sean Pertwee as Governor Severus.
Tom Baker and John Pertwee?
Sean Pertwee, sorry.
Oh, Sean Pertwee.
Yeah. It still had a Pertwee involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's still cool.
Yeah. Brian Blessed as Admiral Constantine.
Oh my god.
Peter Serafinowicz as Space Marine Captain Ardius.
That's pretty cool.
And a bunch of other names that I'm not quite sure of. But yeah, it's not a great game, but I'd say it's worth the experience at least once if you get around to it.
Yeah, I might give it a go.
It also had an actual multiplayer.
Oh! Hell yeah, that was a great level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You nearly killed everything too.
Yeah. It's probably just like a
You're
little
doing
squishy
a
guy.
lot better at this on hard than I would be.
I mean, I've
I'm not good at
beaten
these types of games.
I've beaten Doom Eternal on Ultraviolet, so you know.
Yeah, I remember seeing you do that. I
Sanctum.
was like, what are you? How do you do this, my friend? You're insane.
I just shoot good. I don't know how I do it.
You just shoot it. Which is fair. I'm more, when it comes to shooters, I'm more of the, you know, the tactical movement.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thing. And yeah, you can tell Zeech is fucking about with this area now.
Okay, this is cool. Oh hey guys. I love charging through blue horrors.
You seem to enjoy that very much.
It saves ammo.
I wouldn't back up as much because I think it was a whole.
Yeah. A little bit.
That and the effectiveness of the grenade is very efficient.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, this is the sort of stuff kills from the world.
That's fun.
Just rip chunks off and bring them to the wall. It's only slightly better option than, you know, Abaddon bringing out the world ender.
Yeah.
The planet eater, I think, or the planet killer, that's what it was.
That felt good.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys.
Yo.
Hello. We're here for your soul.
Oh, hello.
Give it, please.
Just throw a grenade in there.
Yeah. That's what grenades are for. I mean, hell, even by modern combat doctrine, Marines tend to use a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Specifically the US Marines, but that's a bit of knowledge from me. When it comes to most combat forces, if you're doing urban combat in built-up areas, flashbangs are what you tend to use, right?
Yeah.
No, not for Marines. When fighting in built-up areas, Marine doctrine is extensive use of hand grenades. So if you're fighting like room to room, they will throw a hand grenade in every room they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's effective.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh. That's one way to do it.
Oh, there's still one there. Well, let's get out of trouble. Oh, that was the bomb I used on the boss. I understand now.
Oh! It's a warp grenade.
Yeah, that's what got that that guy.
Right, yeah, it'll do constant damage over time. Vortex grenade, that's what they're called.
Alright, that sounds very very strong.
They punch a little like pinprick-sized hole in the wall, and then let whatever happens happen until reality heals itself. So have fun with that.
Yeah, I shall.
Just, you know, don't run into it.
Oh Christ.
That's a lot of them.
All the giblets just sliding down the archway. Oh.
Yarp. Yeah, as a boomer shooter fan, I hope you would enjoy this game.
I am absolutely having a blast with this.
Glad to hear it.
Mulch.
Yeah, the info I've given you on the basics of the universe of Warhammer 40k. There's a lot more detail to go into when it comes to like the individual Space Marine legions, all of the endless like armies of the Imperial Guard, the different versions of the battle systems, the Adeptus Mechanicus itself.
Yeah.
There's so much extra detail if you want to, if you ever want to dive head first into it.
Oh, for sure. I might have a look into some stuff at some point.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And also note, I'm always available if you want to just chat shit.
Sure.
If you have the questions about anything 40k, throw them at me.
I'm in trouble.
No, you're fine.
Oh, well, I got pushed off a ledge.
No, you're not.
Okay, probably you don't... Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, here comes the blur. Oh, wait.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Man. Yeah, this is a tough...
That's not even... I haven't even mentioned the newer versions of Space Marines either. They added the Primaris Marines.
Oh, really?
There's a whole story behind that. The 40k setting, all of the Primarchs are gone. They've either went missing, or they're deceased, or they're stuck in some way. In recent years, Games Workshop have finally been actually expanding the canon.
Okay.
They've been progressing the story after 30 fucking years. To the point where one of the Primarchs, Rabute Gilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines, who you happen to be a member of in this game, was stabbed with a poisoned blade by Fulgrim, his brother of the Emperor's children. And it was a fatal wound. He was kept in suspended animation for thousands of years on Macragge since then. Well, recently, with some assistance from an Eldar and some trickery with the Adeptus Mechanicus, they've given him a suit that also acts as life support, and he's been able to awaken from stasis.
Oh.
Meaning one of the Primarchs has returned.
Oh, okay.
He is a playable model in the game. There are books written about him as returning. And he's returned after 10,000 years to find the Imperium everything his father didn't want.
Interesting.
So he's trying to do, like, he understands that he doesn't want to acknowledge the religion. He understands that it's not useful to keep going the way it's been going. So he allows the Imperium to give him a religious aid. He's got a personal chaplain that he keeps with him to bounce questions off of. And he's just progressing and he's basically taking over custodianship of the Imperium. But in his ascension to being back with the Imperium, one of the leader of the part of the Mechanicus contingent involved with his resurrection, a man named Belisarius Call, put to him his concept of improving the Space Marine gene pool. Improving the Space Marine concept in general. Something that was not condoned by anybody. But it was successful. They seemingly improved the makeup of the Space Marine and created the Primaris Space Marine.
I understand.
Which are basically bigger and tougher than normal Space Marines.
Wow.
So the Chaos shot themselves when they first went up against the Primaris.
Yeah, they were already big and tough.
Like, who the fuck are these?
Yeah.
You know, people have been fighting the same enemies for 10,000 years, and all of a sudden those enemies suddenly become bigger and tougher.
Ooh.
But there's also like mental downsides to the Primaris. Because obviously, a Space Marine, he's been mentally indoctrinated into everything he needs to survive for thousands of years while constantly fighting. A Primaris is a little unstable. To the point where if a Primaris is put into a Dreadnought, that Dreadnought will burn itself out within a century.
Wow.
They eat through like their pilots. It's not like it's a very violent and quick life for a Primaris Marine. And since Rabuti Gilliman came back, we've also had the return of oh god, I can't remember his name. The Primarch for the Death Guard, Mortarion. The Primarch of the Death Guard, the followers of Nurgle, has finally come back, and he's attacking their, well, basically the Ultramarines' homeworlds of Macragge. He's attacking Ultramar, which is their home systems. Ooh, good catch. Oh. And in the meantime, Lionel Johnson, the leader of the Dark Angels, has returned mysteriously from his stasis sleep.
Okay.
And soon Fulgrim will be making a return. Mr. Demonically Possessed. The Primarchs that turned to Chaos, that are still alive, all turned into Demon Primarchs. So that they're basically greater demon possessed evil things. And their designs are amazing. Like Mortarion's design is a power armored moth.
That's pretty cool. Like, awesome. Power armored moth.
Oh yeah.
Why does he keep throwing me off?
I don't.
The portal is throwing me forward.
He's got these withered wings with holes in. He's got a scythe. He just looks badass. Just covered in plague, death. Yeah, they're actually making progress in the story, which is what I've been waiting for ages. Because all the books, all the stories you hear set in modern 40k have all been set basically in the same time period. So they're telling stories, and there are many stories to tell, but at the same time they're not progressing anything.
I think
now they are.
I think this is where I'm supposed to be going.
I hope so.
This is a very mind bending.
Yeah, this is chaos, my friend.
Yeah. Can I get down at this? Oh god.
Oh!
Okay. He wants me to go that
At
one.
least you seem to be the right way up now.
I think so. Okay.
Keep following the marker, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I've been here. Ah.
Yeah, as Kat says, in the lore, the Demon Primarchs have popped up here and there, but not actually made any significant, contribution to the plot. They've been basically doing their own thing, following their own ends, trying stuff. Most of them have just picked a planet in the Eye of Terror and stuck there, maintaining their own ends. But now the story's actually being active.
Okay.
I mean, Angron was part of the war of Armageddon, but that's a whole thing. Angron is a big angry dude still. Angron was the Primarch of the World Eaters, who I've mentioned before today. I've mentioned the World Eaters a couple of times, but one of the main reasons why they are so angry is all of the Primarchs got split up basically after their creation and scattered across the galaxy. They were hidden from the Emperor for a long time, and sent to different worlds to where they were raised. And most of them ended up like, you know, persevering on that world and becoming a leader of that world's people and becoming a great, you know, figure on that planet. Until the Imperium turned up and joined them. They've rejoined the Imperium. Angron, however, had an awful planet. A terrible childhood. He arrived on a planet as a child and immediately became a slave. He was enslaved, he was sent to work, and he was altered to become a gladiator. And one of the things they did was they put what are known as the butcher's nails into his head.
I'm very confused by this environment.
Yeah, this is Siege in a nutshell. I have no idea where you're actually supposed to go.
It's like I go through one portal.
It drops you off somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like I can get tracking through these portals. And then
you're lost.
And then this one kind of spits me out like before a ledge. You need to be very careful.
Yeah.
But then it wants me to go over to here. I think when I go through this one, I'm like on the side of a thing. Like it spits me out like that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. Unless like it wants me
that
to.
one basically just spits you out upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, this one spits me out upside down. Like, where am I supposed to go?
Maybe drop down there?
Drop down here?
Yeah, you gotta drop down.
Okay. Maybe we can try it. That just brings me back here.
Turn around 180. Is there anything down below?
No, it's just a pit. Well,
Oh.
there's like a walkway, but it's putting me through this one. Unless it wants me to go down here. Unless it wants me to jump onto this for some reason.
I have no idea.
I'm going to this portal.
And then there's that.
That just leads me back to here. This is very confusing.
Yeah. Let's check.
And it wants me to go over to there.
The Sanctum Magistratum.
Yeah, yeah.
Follow the red circle / cross symbols and blood.
Oh, okay. So not my navigations, okay. Okay, I see. Okay, there's blood.
There's specific portals and one portal sideways that you have to go through.
Okay. And that one's not marked. There's like a symbol there, but I think that's for that door, not that one.
There's blood.
There's blood. Unless it wants me to jump down off here and go this way. That doesn't appear to be marked either. I'm gonna jump back down and try and follow them again.
Yeah. I'm currently viewing a guide of sorts. Right, basically you've got 3 where you head straight in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 4th one you do the same. That drops you off the ledge. You head up.
There's that one there. And then I get thrown down here.
Yeah. Now on the left there should be a marker on a pillar.
Marker on a pillar.
Right, go back to where you fell down.
Uh-huh.
Now look over at the pillars.
Oh, yes, I see it. Okay.
Jump onto that pillar. That's as far as I've gotten. So
Okay.
if you look around,
Oh, I see it, I see it.
There.
Right.
There you go.
I understand. That's a little cryptic.
Yeah, I mean that's Zinch,
Yeah.
and then I
And-
think it'll be that portal.
Yeah, that looks accurate. Okay. I understand now.
I think that should be you out of the
Yeah.
the cryptic bit.
Oh, goodness. It's so strange in here. Do not have a lot of health, but don't want to get into a big battle right now.
No.
Oh, the plasma gun guy.
Plasma bolt to the face.
They do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
Right, I'm gonna get rid of him first. Oh, I should have taken it more carefully.
Yeah, I mean plasma just tend to move quite slowly. If you stick back, you should be able to pick them off.
I don't think it's a build engine, no. It's got a similar vibe to build engine, but I think it's a more modern engine. They're just made to look classic.
Yeah, it's built in Unreal 4.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, it's a sorcerer.
Oh yeah, kill sorcerer. Wonderful. At least you're on full health.
That's true. For the time being.
Oh yeah, I was telling you about the angry boy, Angron. Unlike you had Mortarion and Angron, those were the 2 that had really shitty childhoods. Angron got basically forced to be a slave, so like a slave gladiator, from very early in his life. And he had an archaeotech item known as the Butcher's Nails implanted in his brain. And it is an item that, unless he is killing, it brings him pain.
Oh wow.
If you're not constantly fighting and being brutal in some way, it will give you migraine headaches for your entire life.
Damn.
And removal of the Butcher's Nails is impossible. It
Oh, of
would
course.
kill him. And eventually, he led an uprising on the planet, which was unfortunately getting brutally put down. It wasn't successful. And the Emperor arrived in their final moments. The Emperor arrived and said, "I'm the Emperor. I'm your father. Come with me and live." And Angron replied, "No, I'm going to stay here and die with the only family I've ever known."
Huh.
And the Emperor went, "Nope," and took him anyway,
Okay.
leaving Angron to watch from a starship as his only friends got massacred by the remains of that planet.
Damn.
And he held it against the Emperor ever since. He always held that grudge.
That's
He
fair.
didn't let him die
Oh, hey.
honorably.
I turn around at the Chaos Terminator in front of me.
Yes, and one of the first things he did upon joining the Warhammer Legion as its leader was rename them the World Eaters and have the Butcher's Nails implanted in all of his legionaries. All the Space Marines had the Butcher's Nails installed.
Oh my god.
which turned them into, understandably, bloodthirsty berserkers.
Yeah.
Which makes them kind of understandable that they'd be the ones to turn to Khorne.
Yeah.
Because Khorne was the god that said, you know how killing makes you, feel not in pain all the time? How about I let you kill as much as you like?
Oh.
And so they did. And they joined Khorne. And unfortunately, because he was the simpler of the Primarchs, Angron got manipulated by, once again, Lorgar Aurelian of the Word Bearers being a douchebag. He got manipulated into becoming a demon.
Ah.
And became basically a bloodthirster, a demon Primarch of blood and death and destruction.
Aye.
And he's been that ever since.
Alright.
Making him arguably the most tragic of all of the Primarchs. Because they could have just let him die with his family and die with honor.
Oh,
Instead
God.
he was put in charge of an army he didn't want. To lead a crusade he knew nothing about. Sad times. As Shadow says, non-consensual adoption.
Yeah. Mega damage.
Yep.
Where is he?
Woo. Kick his ass.
Get him. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
nicely done.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Shit.
Chapter 1.
Detected information on the power source. Seems the foul heretic is still one step ahead of us. These files have their clumsy marks all over them. The fragments inside are fragile. You'll have to move quickly if you're to get there before that infernal sorcerer.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's a good place to leave things off.
Yeah.
This has been a tremendous
I'm going to be
stream.
playing with the guys in an hour. I need to eat something.
Yeah,
What
you
do you
better.
think?
I thought that was incredible, and thank you so much for all the insight into Warhammer lore as well.
Yeah, if you got any more questions, feel free to consult me or
Absolutely.
or Kat. No doubt Kat would also be itching to give you some knowledge. And there's
Yeah.
also the vast wiki.
Yes.
There's
I imagine that's
more
very dense.
info than you'd ever need.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is incredibly dense. It is packed of stuff.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you check out Lemming on his own channel. Let's see, that should work.
I attempt to stream 3 nights a week. Yay, thank you. I attempt to stream 3 nights a week. I'll be live later tonight in an hour playing Power Wash Simulator, Walter Gromit DLC.
Yes.
With the boys.
Absolutely.
And I hope to see some of you there.
Yeah. I'm going to be continuing on with Back to the Future in a few moments.
Sounds awesome.
Provided Ebak is around. I'm sure he is, though. I'll send a message over and say that it is time. It's a bit later than anticipated, but that's just because A, that my stream started a bit later, and B, the Lego building took a bit longer. But yeah,
It was a big set.
it was. Yeah, I didn't really anticipate it, how big it was when I bought it. So, but either way,
Well, thank you very much for having me.
absolutely.
I'm glad you enjoyed glad you enjoyed chapter 1.
Yes.
And hopefully I'll see you and everybody else here again next time.
All right. I'll let you go now, Lemming, and I'm gonna get everything set up for the third part of the 12-hour stream.
Peace.
Peace out. All right. I need to. I'm just gonna message you back. We'll take a break. Then I'll be ready for BTTF. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna put some music on, and I'm gonna take a quick break, and then after the quick break, I'm gonna see if I can get back to the future setup. So let us move. All right, let's go. Okay, music. Let's go.